Men, listen up. When a woman loses interest in you, your reaction can either make things worse or give you a chance to reset the game. Most guys panic, chase harder, or beg for attention. That's the fastest way to bury any chance of winning her back or moving on with dignity. If you want to stay respected, keep your power, and avoid looking desperate, you must know exactly what to avoid doing. This isn't about complicated psychology or endless rules. It's about raw, simple truths that work in today's dating world, where women have more choices and less patience for weak behavior. The moment she starts pulling away, what you do next defines whether you stay in control or become just another guy she forgets. You don't want to waste your energy chasing someone who's checked out. You want to protect your confidence, your self-worth, and your time. There are 7 things you absolutely must never do when she loses interest. These aren't suggestions or optional tips. They are red flags that destroy your chances and kill attraction fast. In this video, I'll break down these 7 deadly mistakes men make, so you can spot them early, avoid them completely, and turn your situation around with strength, not weakness. If you take this advice seriously, you'll either rebuild her interest or walk away like a man who knows his value. Get ready. This is real talk for real men who refuse to settle for less than respect and true attraction. Before we start the video, I want to remind you that my exclusive online course on mastering the dating game is available now. If you've been learning from my YouTube videos, you're only scratching the surface. This course goes deeper, teaching you everything you need to know about the dating game, from approaching a woman to building real attraction. We just finished section 5 in the course, and you won't find this information on videos on my channel. It's easy to access with a secure payment option. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or click the link in the description to enroll now and improve your dating life. 1. Chasing her harder. When a woman starts losing interest, the worst mistake you can make is chasing her harder. It sounds obvious, but men fall into this trap all the time. You think if you just text more, call more, or show up more, you can win her back. The truth? It pushes her further away. When she senses desperation, her attraction disappears fast. Chasing her hard tells her you're not confident in yourself or your value. Women don't want a man who needs them like air. They want a man who knows his worth even if she walks away. When you chase, you lose control. You put her in the driver's seat and become the passenger. That's not power. Power is holding your ground and making her come to you, not the other way around. If she's pulling back, respect her space. Stop the constant messages and calls that scream, "Please pay attention to me." That pressure kills any chance of rekindling interest. Instead, focus on improving yourself, your mindset, and your life outside her. When you do that, you rebuild your confidence and create genuine value. Women notice a man who isn't desperate to prove himself. They respect the guy who can walk away without losing his cool. Chasing her harder is an emotional reaction, not a strategic move. It's weakness disguised as effort. You don't want to beg for scraps of attention. You want to be the prize she regrets losing. This isn't about ignoring her completely. It's about knowing when to pull back and give her the chance to miss you. If she truly cared, she'll come back. If not, you've saved yourself from wasting time on someone who doesn't see your worth. That's how a man protects his dignity. Next time she starts distancing herself, remember, less is more. Stop chasing and start stepping back. Your confidence grows when you control your actions, not your emotions. And confidence? That's what turns the tables in your favor. Chasing her harder never wins. Holding your ground does. Choose wisely. 2. Begging for attention. Begging for attention is the fastest way to lose respect and kill any chance of bringing her back. When a woman loses interest, some men fall into a pit of insecurity and start pleading for her time, texts, or affection. It's easy to see why. Your mind races, emotions take over, and suddenly you're willing to do anything just to get her to notice you again. But begging isn't strength. It's a display of weakness that destroys attraction. Women aren't attracted to neediness. They want a man who stands tall and holds his own. Begging screams the opposite. It says you have no boundaries, no self-respect, and no confidence. When you beg, you lose power instantly. The woman sees you as someone who lacks options and clings to her for validation. Attraction drops off sharply when a man puts himself in that vulnerable, desperate position. Begging can look like constant messaging with no reply, apologizing for things you didn't do wrong, or trying too hard to prove you care. It might feel like you're doing the right thing, but all you're doing is training her to take you for granted. Instead of her chasing you, you become the one chasing her, and that never works. Instead, keep your dignity. If she's pulling away, don't chase her to prove your worth. Your value isn't determined by how much attention she gives you. Real strength is holding your ground and showing that you have a life that doesn't revolve around her. When you stop begging, you create space for her to realize what she's missing. Sometimes absence truly does make the heart grow fonder. Begging also drains your energy and self-esteem. You lose focus on your goals, your happiness, and your progress as a man. That's a heavy price to pay, just to get a little attention that might not even come. A man who knows his worth walks away from that toxic dynamic. He protects himself from emotional damage and stays ready for someone who respects him. So, if you find yourself begging for her attention, stop immediately. Step back, breathe, and remind yourself that you are more than her approval. Focus on becoming the man who doesn't have to beg to be valued, a man who attracts respect naturally. That shift in mindset is a game changer. Begging never wins her back. Respect yourself enough to stop begging. The right woman will give her attention willingly. The wrong one isn't worth the effort. 3. Overexplaining yourself. Men often feel the need to explain every action, word, or mistake when a woman starts pulling away. The idea is that if she understands your side or your intentions, she might come back. That's a dangerous trap. Over-explaining yourself when she's losing interest only highlights your insecurity and desperation. It weakens your position and makes you look like you're trying too hard to justify your worth. When a woman distances herself, you don't owe her a detailed report of your feelings or actions. She's already made a decision in her mind. Trying to explain away every little thing is like handing her a script to reject you even more clearly. The more you talk to defend yourself, the more confused or annoyed she might become. Over-explaining sends a message that you don't trust your own value or that you need her approval to feel okay. Women are drawn to men who are self-assured and hold their ground without over-apologizing or justifying themselves. Confidence means standing firm without feeling the need to constantly defend your choices or feelings. Another problem with over-explaining is it drains your energy and focus. You spend time trying to convince her instead of working on yourself or moving forward. This weakens your mental strength and puts you on her emotional roller coaster, which is a losing game. Instead of trying to change her mind with words, you should be changing yourself and your attitude to regain control. In modern dating, actions always speak louder than explanations. If you want to create or rebuild attraction, focus on your behavior and mindset, not on long conversations that attempt to fix what she's already decided on. Silence and calm confidence are far more powerful than frantic explanations. When you over-explain, you give her the upper hand and make yourself vulnerable. That's the exact opposite of what you need when she's losing interest. Instead, keep your responses short, clear, and confident. Don't explain yourself to anyone who isn't fully invested in you. Remember, respect comes from strength, not from bending over backward to explain every move. A man who knows his worth doesn't waste words on justifying himself. He lets his actions and presence do the talking. Stop over-explaining. Start owning your value silently. That's how you command respect and make her rethink walking away. 4. Acting desperate to fix things. When a woman loses interest, some men immediately jump into fix-it mode. They want to solve the problem fast and get things back to how they were. That's a natural instinct, but acting desperate to fix the situation only pushes her further away. Desperation is loud, it's obvious. It tells her you're scared of losing her more than you value yourself. Trying to fix things too quickly shows a lack of patience and emotional control. You can't force feelings or rewrite her mindset overnight. When you panic and act desperate, you lose your calm and your edge. Women pick up on this fast and start doubting your strength. The more you rush, the more unstable you appear. That's a big turnoff. Fixing things the right way takes time and distance. Sometimes the best fix is stepping back, staying silent, and letting her feel the gap you leave behind. When you rush in with explanations, apologies, or promises, you flood her with pressure. She feels trapped instead of free to decide what she really wants. Desperation also lowers your standards. You start agreeing to things that don't serve you just to keep her around. You sacrifice your values, your time, and your self-respect. That's never attractive. Women want a man who respects himself enough to hold firm, not one who folds under pressure. Instead of rushing to fix things, focus on building your own life and mindset. Show her you're stable, confident, and not dependent on her approval. When she sees that, she either comes back because she respects your strength or steps away, and you're ready to walk without regret. This might feel hard, especially if you really care about her. But men who act desperate are men who lose attraction. Strength isn't in fast fixes, it's in steady self-control. If she's interested, she'll come back with time. If she's not, no amount of fixing will change that. The key is to keep your cool, protect your dignity, and refuse to act from a place of fear or need. Fixing things doesn't mean scrambling to patch every crack. It means building a solid foundation inside yourself that no woman can shake. Desperation to fix is the fastest way to lose what's left of her interest. Control yourself first, then decide what you want with clarity and confidence. 5. Overcommunicating. When a woman begins to lose interest, one of the biggest mistakes a man can make is overcommunicating. This means flooding her with texts, calls, social media messages, or any form of contact in the hopes that sheer volume will bring her back. The reality is this tactic backfires every time. Overcommunicating screams insecurity and neediness, the exact opposite of what you want to convey. When you constantly reach out without getting much in return, you lose respect fast, not just from her, but from yourself. It feels like you're losing control of the situation and trying to fill a void with endless messages. But attraction doesn't work like that. Women don't want to be overwhelmed or feel pressured by a man who can't handle distance or silence. They want a man who controls his emotions and communicates with purpose. Over-communicating also dilutes your value. When you're everywhere, always trying to say something, you come across as desperate to stay in her life. That desperation makes you predictable and boring. Instead of being the prize, you become the background noise she tries to ignore. Another problem with over-communicating is that it gives her the power to dictate the pace and tone of the relationship. When you chase her with messages, you're letting her set the rules. That's a losing position because it puts your feelings and needs second. The man who keeps his messages few but meaningful holds the power in communication. Instead of overloading her with contact, focus on quality over quantity. Send one clear message that shows your confidence and value. If she doesn't respond, don't follow up immediately. Give her space to miss you and wonder what you're doing. Silence can be the most powerful message of all. Over-communicating can also confuse her. She may feel smothered and back away even more. She may also lose respect because she sees you as someone who doesn't respect boundaries or his own time. When she pulls back, respecting that distance is crucial. If you want to keep your chance alive, dial it back. Be intentional with your communication. Let her see that you're busy with your life and don't depend on her constant attention. This makes you more attractive, not less. Remember, men who know their value don't over-communicate. They communicate with purpose. They know when to speak and when to stay silent. They create tension and curiosity, not pressure and desperation. Stop over-communicating and start communicating like a man who's in control. That's how you hold your power and make her rethink walking away. 6. Losing yourself. When a woman loses interest, many men make the fatal mistake of losing themselves in the process of trying to win her back. This means abandoning their own values, hobbies, friends, and goals just to focus all their energy on her. It might seem like the right move at the moment. After all, if you pour everything into the relationship, maybe she'll come back, right? Wrong. Losing yourself is a guaranteed way to lose respect and kill any chance of reigniting attraction. Women are attracted to men who have purpose and identity outside of the relationship. When you lose your own sense of self, you become less interesting, less confident, and less desirable. You appear desperate and dependent, which pushes her further away. If you're just a shadow of who you used to be, she has nothing to chase. And without something to chase, interest disappears. Your identity isn't negotiable. It's what makes you a man worth following. Giving up your passions or friends just to please her won't make her stay. It will make you less attractive. She wants a man who has a life full of ambition and drive. A man who stands firm and doesn't crumble when things get tough. Losing yourself often comes from fear. Fear of being alone, fear of rejection, fear of failure. But those fears are the enemy of attraction. When you surrender your identity, you lose your power. You become someone she can control or walk over. And no woman respects a man who can't stand for himself. Instead of losing yourself, double down on who you are. Focus on your goals, hobbies, friendships, and personal growth. Be the man who is too busy building a strong, fulfilling life to obsess over one woman. When you do this, you not only regain your confidence, but you also become magnetic again. Women notice a man who has his own world, and that makes them want to be part of it. If she sees you slipping away from who you are, she won't come back. But if she sees a man who stands tall, even when she's gone, she'll respect you more, and maybe even regret letting you go. Losing yourself is the quickest way to confirm her decision to lose interest. Hold your ground. Be yourself fiercely. Protect your identity like your life depends on it, because it does. 7. Begging for attention. Begging for attention is one of the most damaging mistakes a man makes when a woman loses interest. It's raw, it's desperate, and it immediately kills any remaining respect she might have for you. When you beg, you strip away all power you had in the relationship and hand it over to her on a silver platter. No woman wants to be with a man who has to plead for her time or affection. Begging often comes from insecurity and fear of being alone. But begging doesn't make her want you more. It makes her see you as weak and easily manipulated. The more you ask for her attention, the less she wants to give it. It's that simple. Begging looks like constant texting, calling, apologizing over and over, promising to change, or even guilt-tripping. None of these tactics work in the long run. They only reinforce the idea that you don't have control over your own life or emotions. A man who begs for attention is a man who has lost himself. Instead of begging, a man must reclaim his dignity. That means respecting yourself enough not to chase after someone who isn't willing to give you the time or respect you deserve. It means standing firm in your worth, even if that means walking away. When a woman senses you're begging, she often distances herself more because she doesn't want to feel responsible for your emotional survival. She wants a man who can handle himself, not one who breaks down at her feet. Begging also creates a toxic cycle where you give her power and she loses respect for you. She may stay temporarily out of pity or convenience, but real attraction is dead. This is not the dynamic you want. Instead of begging, invest that energy in your own growth and happiness. When you show you're happy and whole without her, you suddenly become more interesting. Women are naturally drawn to men who are emotionally strong and independent. That's the kind of man who commands attention, not the one who begs for it. Reclaim your power by stopping all forms of begging immediately. Don't send desperate messages or plead for time. Let her come to you if she wants to, and if she doesn't, respect yourself enough to walk away without regret. Begging for attention is the fastest way to confirm she's already lost interest. Don't confirm it for her. Hold your head high, keep your standards, and be the man who knows he deserves better. When a woman loses interest, your actions decide everything. Don't beg, don't chase, and don't lose yourself trying to fix what's already slipping away. Real strength is shown by holding your ground, respecting yourself, and controlling your emotions. The moment you act desperate or needy, you hand her the power to walk all over you. Stay focused on your own growth and value. Whether she returns or not, you win by standing firm and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. Be the man who commands respect, nothing less. And remember, if you're serious about mastering the dating game, don't miss out on my exclusive online course. We go beyond what's covered in these videos, giving you powerful insights from the first approach to lasting attraction. It's easy to enroll with a secure payment option. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or simply click the link in the description to secure your spot. Don't wait until it's too late. Take action now and start transforming your dating life today. I want to especially appreciate you for taking your time to watch till the end of this video. I hope the video helps you improve every aspect of your relationship with women. Until next time, this is Stoic Approach to Life.